Hey everyone, it's James from FunFoods, and today I'm going to show you how to make these snow globe cupcakes. Now you're going to want to stay tuned and see how I make these. Now this is part of a collaboration I did with Haniela, and Hanny, she is making snow globe cookies. So you're going to have to go over and check out that video. I'm going to annotate it at the very end of this video, as well as put a link in the description over to that video. Now you also want to check out Hanny's channel because she makes videos 3 times a week, Monday, Wednesday, Friday, and she is the best, especially when it comes to decorating. No one does it better. So be sure to check that out at the end of this video. So for right now, stay tuned and I'll show you step by step how to make these. Now there's a couple different ways of doing this, and one is to use a mold like this. These are just half circle molds. If you don't have a mold, don't worry, I'm going to show you what to do if you don't have one of these. It's really simple actually. Now if you have a mold, we're going to start off with I'm using some blue. This is a real light blue candy melts that I've melted in the microwave already. And I'm just going to pour it over our mold, and it's going to create that half circle. And just want to kind of lay it on a little thick, but make sure I cover all the way down. And I'm going to move on to the second way of showing you how to do this. Now I've done the one earlier and I made it out of white, and as you see it has this nice hollow area which I'm going to set on top of the cupcake sideways like that. It's going to be like an opening to the snow globe so you can see what's going on inside. But after I made it white, I decided I wanted to make it a real light blue because I want to fill it with some white snow, which is actually going to be some coconut. So if it's white with white, it won't show up very good. With the light blue, then the white snow will show up much better. So I'm going to make some more the way without the mold. And this is just a balloon blown up to the size I want. This balloon's probably blown up a little bigger than I want, but we'll work with it anyway. But the first thing I want to do is I have some of that blue frosting, or some of the blue candy melts, and I put it in this little plastic baggie. And I'm just going to cut a very small tip, and I'm just going to draw an outside layer around this balloon. Now this is going to help stop it from running to be like bigger than we want it to be. So once we have the outside layer drawn like that, you want to make it kind of thick, and that's going to stop all the rest of this from running down past that line. And if you're happy with the size you have, I think that's pretty good. Then you can just take your melted candy melts and you can add to it just like we did with the molds. Just kind of work it down towards that line. Okay, when you're happy with the shape you have, I think that's pretty good. And I'm just going to simply set the whole thing in a cupcake tin, just like that. And you can just take this whole thing and put it in the refrigerator and help harden up quicker, or you can just leave it just like it is and it'll harden at room temperature. When your molds have set up nicely, what we're going to do now is actually just pop them out of the molds, and we want to be careful not to mess them up. We'll start with the balloon first, and there's a simple way of popping this one. Take some scissors or a knife, and you just want to cut a small hole right near the base. You just want to let the air out slowly. And as the air comes out, it'll want to stick to the mold, or stick to the candy melts. And you want to gently just force it out as you take your hands and go around it. Don't want to break the candy melts up. And there we go. And to remove from our molds, these are silicone, so it should be pretty easy. We just want to take our thumb and get it in there, kind of work our way around it, and go on the other side, because silicone does bend nicely. And there's that mold. So we'll set this one aside. Here's one cupcake, And I want it to set like this, but as you see, this is rather large, and if I set it there, it's just going to fall over. So I want to create a stem just to help it out a little bit. So I'm going to find out, this is the flatter side, so I'm going to lay that down like that. And what I've done was melted some more candy melts, and I'm going to first attach it to, I'll do it from this side. And I'm just going to kind of build it up a little and make it to a point. This way that stem will go into the cupcake. And it'll give it that added bit of support. Okay, our stuff has hardened up nicely. So what I'm going to do is take this off of the wax paper. And I'm just going to take one of these. Let's start with this one here. And what I have here are these little decorations. These are edible decorations. They're made by Wilton. And I'm going to put them inside here because this is going to go into our cupcake this way. Straight in like that. And then I'm going to put this little guy in here like that. And how I'm going to glue them in there is just with some more melted chocolate. And I'm going to put some at the bottom there. Kind of find the right angle, and you just want to hold him in place until he firms up a bit. Might take a little while. Now I'm doing this before I stick them on the cupcakes, but you can do it afterwards. I just think it might be easier to do it before. So I have some frosting here, and this is just regular frosting, cupcake frosting. It is a little thick, and I want it that way. I'm going to do just a gentle swirl. I want it to be light in the front, but I want it to be kind of bigger in the back. And I'm going to take my little snow globe guy here, and I'm going to stick the point in near the front, and I'm gently going to push them down in there. Now it's covered, it's supported by the frosting and by the actual point that I put in there, and it's covered up nicely. So what I have here, this is just coconut and coconut flakes. They're sweetened. I'm just going to take this and I'm going to kind of just put some in there and gently. There you go. That is snow globe cupcake. Well, thanks everyone for watching to see how to make these snow globe cupcakes. I hope you enjoyed this video, and if you did, please hit that like button. Also hit that big red subscribe button if you're not already subscribed. I put up new videos every week. Be sure to check out Hanny's video as well because it's awesome. She made these snow globe cookies and they're really good, so you really want to check that out. The link is in the description below, as well as I annotated it right there. And if you decide to make these for yourself, please share a picture with on Facebook or Twitter. Tag me in it. All my links are below in the description. I'd love to see them, and I'd love to see how you created them and how you did it a little differently. So until then, guys, I will see you next week.